It's the Go Gopher Podcast with Mike Grimm, episode number 172. I am Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers, and welcome back to the podcast. We're talking Golden Gopher track and field for a second straight week, and this week we're talking men's track and field as the Gophers finished second in the expanded Big Ten Championships last week in Eugene, Oregon. There were a lot of great performances for the Maroon and Gold, but none greater than hammer thrower Kostas Zaltos. He was named the Big Ten Field Athlete of the Championships. Zaltos became the first Gopher to earn the Field Athlete of the Year in 16 seasons. He won the Big Ten title in the hammer throw for a fourth time in his career, the only athlete to ever win 4 Big Ten gold medals in the hammer throw. He will be my guest this week, and he'll be coming up shortly. Our Go Gopher podcast is presented by alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors and True North Mergers and Acquisitions. If you're a business founder planning to exit your business, start by contacting Sunbelt Business Advisors and True North Mergers and Acquisitions. Sunbelt serves more businesses up to $5 million in revenue than anyone, and True North M&A serves companies with revenues up to $150 million. Get a confidential, no-cost, no-obligation business valuation started today. Hey, make the most of your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com or tnma.com today. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union is also a big sponsor of the Go Gopher podcast. Life math is complicated, and Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union makes it easier with local financial experts available to help in person or virtually. Go to affinityplus.org/Go Gophers for more info. Affinity Plus has an award-winning mobile app, so check that out as well. The Go Gopher podcast is also presented by OnX Maps. Find out how to download the OnX Fish app for free by listening to the Go Gopher podcast. We're podcasting episode 172 from the Aquarius Home Services studio. We invite you to subscribe to the Go Gopher podcast. It's free to subscribe and free to listen at any time. You can go back and listen to previous Go Gopher podcasts as well. Last episode, for example, we spoke with Gopher track and field head coach Matt Bengal, as well as the great Daryl Thompson, talking about Boulder options. This week, we're once again talking Golden Gopher track and field with Golden Gopher hammer thrower Kostas Zaltos. He'll join me next.
I'm Clay Geary, walk-on turned scholarship wide receiver for Gopher football.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner.
We understand championship culture, which is why we're part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at Sunbelt Business Advisors, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. To learn more about True North and our diverse family of independently owned companies, visit TrueNorthEquityPartners.com.
Keep the good times rolling without the regrets. Giggly THC beverages are your go-to for bold flavor and smooth vibes. Zero alcohol, no bad decisions. Just THC-infused cocktails, seltzers, and teas packed with natural ingredients and performance-boosting superfoods like ashwagandha and ginseng. Find Giggly at over 500 locations like Total Wine, MGM, and Cub Foods, or shop online at giggly.com. That's Gigli.com. Ready to upgrade your drink game? Use the code Giggly North, as in Giggly Talk North. Giggly North, Gigli North, for 50% off your first order. Giggly, sip smarter, feel better.
It's episode number 172 of the Go Gopher podcast, and for the second straight week, we're talking track and field. We had Matt Bengal on last week to preview the Big Ten tournament, and one of the things he told us was watch for the hammer throw. The Gophers were favored, and that for the 5th straight year, they had a Big Ten champion in that event, and 4 of those 5 years, Kostas Zaltos, the Big Ten champion. You won it last week out in Oregon. Welcome to the Go Gopher podcast.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here. I heard the previous podcast a couple of times, so I'm happy to be here, finally.
I'm glad that you're on, and I'm glad that we're going to be able to talk about this. You and your buddy Agalos Matsouranis are both from Greece.
Exactly.
You were kind of the trailblazer here, though. You're the trendsetter. You got here first, and we had him on the podcast last year after he won the Big Ten. So you won 3 in a row, and then took a redshirt year to try to get ready for an Olympics run, and now you're back, and so you two guys are going back and forth, and you win it now 4 times. Only guy in the history of the Big Ten to win the hammer throw 4 times. And I've got a lot of questions for you. I want to talk as we get into this later down the road about your path here to Minnesota and what it's been like for you and all of that. But I want to just talk about the most immediate stuff. And let's talk about last week and the throw. And the hammer is usually the first event, right?
Exactly.
You get to bat leadoff. So what was it like?
I mean, I was excited just to set the tone for the team, and that's what I said to our meeting the day before that. So I was like, I'm ready to set the tone tomorrow. I'm ready to win another Big Ten title. Coming here, I knew I was the favorite. Even Aguilas had a better performance than me the week before that. He's the NCAA leader, but I was feeling like I can win, and I'm happy that I did it. Of course, Aguilas texted me last year right after he won the Big Tens and told me, like, I broke your meet record for just a little bit just to give you something for next year. So that I said to him, like, just wait, and we'll talk about that next year. And here we are now, breaking his meet record that he broke mine.
He broke yours last year. You re-broke it and reset the record.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that we have such a friendly competition and such a friendly competitive environment with Aguila in practice and competition too. And I'm so happy that I'm passing the torch to him for the next couple years, winning Big Tens for him. So I'm very excited. The University of Minnesota will keep winning Big Ten, Hammer Big Ten titles.
How much do you guys push each other? And in terms of the competition, is it mostly friendly, or do you guys get a little testy at times?
It is mostly friendly. You're not going to see us getting frustrated, angry, or something like that. We're always going to cheer each other before we enter the ring. We're always going to be there if, someone probably will not have a great day. That's what happened to Aguila. He was feeling great, but he didn't have a very good day. He couldn't perform the level that he wanted to. And, I mean, I kind of, kept my celebration low profile just because I respect Aguilas a lot. So I wanted to, actually respect my teammates. Even though some of my teammates, they had a much better performance than me. My teammate, Isaiah Schaefer, he broke his record. He has his PR 2 years ago, and he broke it by 3 meters, which is 10. That's a lot of feet. Sorry, I'm not good with feet.
About 10, yeah.
Yeah, about 10 feet, and that's an impressive performance. His last ever Big Ten championship, his last ever hammer throws, and he PR'd by 3 meters, which is impressive. So I'm always trying to be respectful. No matter if we're teammates or not, I'm always trying to respect others, because at the end of the day, we're human beings and we just do it for the love of the sport.
Yeah. You guys as a team then, when you talk everybody, the track part of it, the field part of it, the throws, all that stuff, finished second in the Big Ten. And that was, I think, a pretty good effort. And with this new Big Ten, with the 4 new West Coast teams, very tough. Oregon wins it.
Crazy.
They weren't even favored to win it. And then they, but we know about their track.
I knew Oregon will be
tough,
very close, either us or Oregon. And then, because they had the distance, and most of the distance they didn't compete till now, because most of them are Olympians, world-class athletes, and it's crazy. And one of their guys got the athlete performance of the whole Big Ten championship. He won, I think, the 5K and the 10K, if I'm right, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's physically impossible to run 15K in 2 days and win both of them.
And he did.
And PR and have meet records in both events. Like insane. I mean, we knew we were very close, and we needed to have the best weekend of our lives in order to have a chance to win. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, because the day 2 was kind of rough for us, for the whole team. The day 2 wasn't ideal, and that's what we kind of lost our hopes, but we wanted to finish strong, and the day 3 was, I think, a very, very good day to just finish strong and get the second place. So other schools, they thought we're going to be lower, that we're there, and just wait for NCAA finals.
Yeah.
We'll be there, and we're going for top 10. We're going for a little bit higher than that this year. So we're very, very excited for that too.
Yeah, as we talk now, I know a week ago you guys as a team ranked 7th. Is that still at 10th now in the national rankings for this week? So your top 10, that'll be the goal. We're going to talk about regionals coming up at Texas A&M, and if things go well there, then it's on to nationals at Oregon next month. But from the meet standpoint last week out in Oregon, you got the team off on the right foot. What's that like to be to kind of bat lead off, to use the baseball term? You're the first guy, first event, and then you kind of get to be a cheerleader then the rest of the weekend. Your work is behind you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm always happy to do that because that's the deal with regionals, with NCAAs. It will be the first event, the first day to set the tone for the team. I'm a very excited person coming to competition. Like when it's about to compete, I'm always there. I'm pumped. I'm excited to throw. I'm excited to have fun, enjoy the moment because I have 2 more meets for my NCAA, for my college career. So I think I'm gonna be even more excited now with NCAAs coming up. It's just nice, but when you're done, your job is done, and then you have to be the cheerleader. That's not fun because sometimes I want to just give me the hammer or give me the shot or let me jump. Like I'm gonna do it for you. Like I want to run for you. Like So it's like I'm so passionate and excited for the team and the love of sport. And it's like at the end of the day, it's not only just about hammer. It's about the track and field overall, and I'm just excited to be part of it. I'm a big fan of track. In 2022, I was watching the World's Championships in Oregon from back home, and I was like, I want to make it to the Worlds, and I made it to the Worlds in 2023. So like that also mindset makes me who I am, and I'm very happy that I can just even share it here or share it with my teammates most of the time. Yeah.
We probably have a few listeners who are sports fans, might even be track and field fans, but maybe aren't totally familiar with the hammer. So we're talking about like a 16-kilometer or a kilogram, about 7 pounds, right, of a ball at the end of a...
Exactly the opposite. 16 pounds, 7 kilograms.
There we go. I can't do the
It's
translation,
fine. It's all good.
But anyway, and
it's 4 feet long.
You've got a handle. What attaches it?
It's a wire. It's a 4 feet long wire. Connects it with the handle, and at the bottom is a ball that connects with the wire. Everything needs to weigh more than 16 pounds. So you can be either 16 on the dot or 16.1, So that's what we're doing. It has to be 4 feet long, can't go more. There's like, when we go there, we're doing weigh-ins before we start. So they're just going to check all our implements, they're fine, and they're certified and all that stuff, just to make sure everybody's on the same page, no one is cheating and stuff like that. So that's the other thing. That's the other thing that frustrates me. People think we're cheating, which is, for me, sorry for the language, but I think it's stupid. Which we're not. We're using every single tool that everybody else is using. We're just better.
Practice, right?
So that's basically what it is, the hammer, and we just, after that, it's just get into the ring and throw, spin, deliver.
Spin. And it's so you guys are basically doing you're holding on to this. I wonder how that, like, I get the javelin and even a shot put, like you're just throwing, but who do you think, what is the history behind that? Do you know who invented that? Let's attach a ball to this wire to a handle and see.
It's actually a pretty old Olympic event. It's not something
for sure.
new. It's only new for the women's side. They just put it for women as an Olympic women's event, like early 2000s. But like as an Olympic event, it's been for I think 200 years, since 1800s. It's a very brutal sport. I like it. That's why I like it a lot. And also it's very enjoyable to watch. You just see an implement goes far 250 feet. That's like almost a football stadium, like almost a football field. That's like very impressive to see somebody throwing that far, especially if you go to world-class level. Everybody's throwing more than 250 feet, so it is incredible. So I think technically, like as you said, and it just all comes to practice and getting used to it and the experience. At the beginning, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't even know how to balance. I don't know how to deliver the ball. So like you're getting used to it day by day. Like as you said, this shot and jab makes a little bit more sense, but everything is about practice and reps and just getting the experience and getting ready for that.
When you most meets, you get a prelim. You get 3 throws?
Yes,
and then you
the top 9
into.
That's an American thing again. The top 9 qualify for the final. World class, it's top 8. So just to clarify that.
And so there is some pressure because you have to. You get a limited number of attempts. And if none fall in fair territory, is that what you call it? I don't know what you call it. Then you're out, right?
Exactly.
So you have to get. What is your strategy when you go into the prelims?
I don't have a strategy because I am. The last 2 years I've been to a level that I know how I feel every day. So every meet is different. So every competition is different. So I approach the day based on how I feel and how my warm-up throws will go before we go to the prelim. So if I have good warm-up throws, I'm feeling confident, and it's pretty simple for me to get a good one that will make me qualify for the final.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I don't feel quite connected with the ball and my technique, let's say, I'm focusing on the simple stuff like calm down, relax. Like, think of the one thing that my coach told me before I entered the ring, and I'm do that, and it happens. And then if I get a mark after that, it's just being reckless and have fun and just be myself, who I am. And that's I think that's why this year I have such a great season, because I'm trying to enjoy every single moment. I had one or two meets that I was putting pressure on myself for no reason.
Yeah.
Drake Relays was one of them. I didn't have quite the performance in the series I wanted to, even though I was feeling great. But I'm happy that it went well. I got second in a world-class level. The guy who was first actually had the Big Ten meet record, which I got from him. And then Aguilas was third, who got it from me, and now I got it from him. So we're like 1, 2, 3. That's another crazy statistic.
Nuts, no
But
doubt.
yeah, it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about like having fun, enjoy the moment, and keep the simple stuff, make it simple for yourself, because if you overthink it, you're not going to make it, and you're going to put pressure and stress, and you're not going to get the result you want.
Do you, when you let one go, do you have an idea if it's going to be good or not?
If you watch my good throws, like you see I yell after that sometimes.
So you have an idea.
I basically say go away, like go farther, just to translate a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say opa. That's the other thing now in the team. When everybody sees me, tells me opa, which is funny for me, because opa is a type of cheering and celebration in Greece.
No kidding.
But it's a very stereotypal word, though. It's for stereotype too.
Yeah.
It's funny. But yeah, it's like I can feel it when it's a good ball. When the ball will go farther and far, I can feel it. I can sense it, because I don't know how to describe it, but when I'm done throwing, like when my throw is over, I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So if you ask me what I did right, I need to watch it in order to see what I did.
Yeah.
So my coach back home used to tell me, a good throw, you don't remember it. If it's a bad throw, you know what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Because you can feel what are you doing bad. If it's a good throw, you're not going to remember. You're not going to feel.
Because it all went right.
Goes like so smooth and so right that it goes so fast too, and you're not going to feel it, actually. Because if you do something wrong, if you pull your shoulder, or you got tight, or you squeeze your mouth or something like that, you're going to feel it through the throw. And you'll be like, oh, I did this. So that's the other thing.
Yeah. Let me read a quick commercial here. We're talking about 4-time Big Ten hammer throw champion Kostas Zaltos. Our sponsor, one of our sponsors, is Affinity Plus. It's your local credit union, proudly serving Minnesota since 1930. If you're a current Gopher student or a proud Gopher alum, you're eligible to join this financial that wants to build a meaningful banking relationship and put you first. You can meet with a local employee at any of their branches statewide, including one near campus on University in Minneapolis. To learn more and find other ways to connect, here's their webpage. It's affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. That's affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. They have an award-winning mobile app as well, so check that out. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. As they say, people-centered banking, perfect for Gophers. Peter Miller is your throw coach. We had Coach Bingle on last week to talk generally about the team, and he talked about the throws, and both men's and women's has been, this has been one of the key points in why, the women won the Big Ten last year, right? It was last year. Mm-hmm. And you guys are contending this year with different things. Tell me about Peter Miller.
He's an amazing human being. I'm very happy and glad that I got the chance to be under him and coach me and give me all his knowledge. Coming here, I was very pismataris, which means stubborn. I was very stubborn when I came here. That's one of the favorite words of my academic advisor used to tell me my freshman year. I was very stubborn, so I thought I knew more than him, which that wasn't the case. That's not the case. So when I came here, that was a little bit of struggle. But then Peter made me to understand that through communication and trusting the process and believing to someone can actually become better. So that's what he tried to learn me first, and that's what I taught from him. And like being humble, communicating, and trying to understand the other guy who's sitting on the other side of the table, what she's trying to tell me and what they're trying to convince me and what's better for me. So that's what I did, and of course I trust the process. So after having my first ever indoor season, it was my horrible, probably the worst time I ever competed for the University of Minnesota, and I was like, all right, I'm done doing whatever I think is better for me. It's time to actually believe in you, and that's what this happened. Everything clicked, everything changed, and my freshman year, I was projected to throw 67 meters with the hammer, and I ended up throwing 71, which is like 4 meters farther. So that's another thing, is like, because I only trusted him and I only like believed in him, everything clicked. And since then, whenever we do a small change, even technically or mentally or physically, I'm trusting him fully. And I know last year it was a very bittersweet year, because I made the European final, which was my first ever Europeans, and I made the final, top 12 in Europe, which field events in Europe are insane.
Yeah.
People who don't know what hammer is, everything starts from Europe. Like, European hammer is like, out of the 12 of us, we made the European final. 8 of them made the Olympic final. So get a feeling of what it is. People don't understand that, how big it is. So yeah, making that and not making the Olympics made me to like question myself and a little bit Peter, but I said...
You missed the Olympics by one
spot, one or two ranking points or something like that. It was very, very close. It was till down the end. But yeah, coming back, I said to myself, I want to just try and give it all this year. My coach back home this summer got diagnosed with cancer too, so that was another reason for me to try a little bit more this year. And whenever I compete, whenever I throw far, he's always texting me. He's always like there too, and I'm happy to have two coaches. My coach back home, he's just a mentor now, of course. He's very old. He's like 76 years old. He's like my second father, my second grandfather, whatever you want to name it. So I'm very happy that I do that for both of them. And I'm very happy that Peter gave me the chance to prove who I am, and Matt Bingo did the same thing. Mark Ryan did the same thing, our director. Mark Ryan worked very hard for me to bring me here my freshman year, which I didn't know that. I didn't even know who's Mark Ryan, you know, and just coming here and hearing that from Matt Bingo and my coach, I was like, who are you, sir? Why are you doing this for me, you know? So stuff like that. And I'm very happy that I chose Minnesota, and I'm very happy to be here today and wearing the M on my chest every single day and being part of that program.
Mark Ryan, of course, associate athletic director here, he's been here forever.
36 years.
36 years. He's just announced that he's retiring here this summer, and just a wonderful person. So it's kind of fun to be able to. You guys are kind of going
mentor.
out together.
I spend a lot of time with him.
He's just such a good dude. Just such a good dude.
Yeah.
How much then, when you think about your freshman year, you mentioned even your academic advisor was calling you stubborn. So that's like 5 years ago now. How much growth and maturity?
Not a lot.
Well, what do you think, though, from the time when you were stubborn to now? You obviously in the middle of there decided, okay, I'll take on some coaching, open my mind a little bit. How much do you think you've grown here?
I think a lot, based on my athletic performance too. I mean, getting 2 degrees in 6 years, that's also I'm very happy for. That was the main reason coming here, just to get a degree. Even hammer was secondary when I came here. It was getting a degree was the first goal, but then trusting Peter and getting a very good freshman year and sophomore year, I was like, all right, I can actually try a little bit more, and hopefully I can get to the next level. And I'm so happy that hammer now is being my main goal in my life. Like, I think when I don't throw, I have an identity crisis. Like, I don't know who I am and what I'm doing with my life, which is very funny. But I'm very happy that just to keep doing that. These 5 years, I've been through COVID. I've been through dorms, living to dorms twice. I've been to a lot of stuff. I've been through traveling with wearing 2 masks during COVID. Not a fun stuff. Getting a COVID test every 3 times a week. Like, trying to do online classes for 1.5 semesters from back home. 8 hours difference. Doing classes till midnight. Having my worst semester GPA wise, and coming back. I was also not in a good shape because of COVID, like that freshman year. Like, I sacrificed a lot, but also I got a lot of I got back a lot of things, like not the awards, like the memories, the friends, the family I have here, because everybody here, it's family for me. It's like Minnesota is my second home. It's not just a place to be, it's just my second home. Like I want to stay here after I'm done with school, train under Peter, trying to make the 2028 team. That's another long-term / short-term goal. It's 3
not
years.
that long-term now.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that's amazing. All those trials and tribulations over the course of time, and spending it with classmates and teammates and different things, it just makes you stronger, right?
Yeah, and what makes it unique, that's what makes it rare, and everything was so raw when I came here, and even today, that makes it much better. And having great teammates that push you every day. I can name all my teammates since I've been here. All of them, they had something that gave me a small boost to try a little bit more. Having Angelos now, as we said, it's a privilege. It's a world-class athlete too. You cannot find that easy to have a 21-year-old world-class athlete that can literally make the world final or beat you this year in the NCAAs is like crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy to share these moments with people that they want me to make me better too. So that's, at the end of the day, that's the best thing.
How did you get started in Hammer? Where did that? I remember asking Aguilos, and I think it was like his neighbor was a track coach or something, and he just said, "You want to tag along someday?" And he looked over, and he started in hurdles or sprints or something. And next thing you know, he's like, "That looks fun." And who knew that he'd be one of the best? And how did you get started in it?
I used to play basketball, and I used to be decent with basketball. My dream was always to be a basketball player, not near to where I am today. My dreams were playing at the NBA or,
So you're a big fan of the Greek Freak and the
yes,
Bucks?
That's how my nickname came up from someone else.
Yeah?
Yeah, who's sitting next to me. But yeah, I'm a big fan of NBA, a big fan of basketball, big fan of Giannis. But yeah, I used to play basketball, and my dad changed working environments. He ended up from being a businessman to having his own bakery. So that was a big change for him and for our family. So he couldn't drive me every day to play basketball. So then I was just shooting around into my high school yard, and my PE teacher, who's my coach back home now, he was like, "You want to try to throw a hammer?" I'm like, "What? Throw what?"
How old were you at this time?
I was 15 to 16, basically freshman year.
Yeah.
And I was like,
"What's the hammer?"
I was like, "No, no, I don't want to throw a hammer." "What is that? I don't even know what is it." He said, "If you want to pass my PE class this year, you have to play. You have to throw." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I gave it a chance. I was keep playing basketball locally, and I was probably throwing only hammer during our PE classes. It was like 2 or 3 times a week. I ended up winning my first nationals, U16s, and he was like, "You should try a little bit more." And then I was like, "All right, I have nothing to lose. Basketball will be there." I stopped playing basketball. I focused more on throwing. I was practicing like 4 or 5 times a week with a little bit of lifting. I ended up making my first national team for U18s and U20s, and that's where everything clicked and changed. And I had a neighbor actually who made it to the U.S. with a scholarship in 2017, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice. I want to do that too." And that's where everything changed. I spent a whole year dedicating learning English and practicing twice a day, waking up 6 a.m. every day, practicing 2 hours in the morning, practicing 2 hours in the afternoon, just to catch up others, because I was already behind throwing hammer. People can hear that now and then be like, "What? In the U.S. we started throwing hammer when we were like in college." Well, back home, like if you ask Aguilos, his little brother is 7 years old and already throwing hammer.
Yeah.
That's like insane. So
right.
Back home, throwing events are very easy to get from a very young age. So that's something that I had to catch up with others. So I was practicing twice a day, learning English after finished high school. So I did a gap year to study abroad, and that's where I met Peter. We met the European U20s, which I texted him first because I liked the school, how academically it was in a good level. So I liked that. And Peter was like, "All right, I still want to give you a chance, and here I am today.
Here you are. That's
the rest is just a history.
The rest is history. When you first got here, you mentioned that you were stubborn and you were trying to figure things out. Your first indoor season wasn't great. So what do you think pushed you to not just say, to heck with it, I'm going back home?
That's the funny part. When COVID happened, so I came here January 2020. COVID happened.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So by March, I went home.
You were home, yeah.
I finished the semester. I'm texting my academic advisor, who was calling me already stubborn, and Peter, and I'm like, I'm not coming back. And they said, no, you should come back. Just give it another chance. Let's let the summer go. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see what happens. And I spent the next semester studying online, not practicing because because COVID was different in Greece. We had different rules. We couldn't be outside. We couldn't be in an inside room like this one we are at now with more than 2 people. So we had stuff like that, only because of restrictions and regulations. So that was very tough. And then, I didn't want to come back, but Peter, academic advisor, and my parents convinced me to come back, and I came back to 2021 January. Not in a good shape, fat basically. I can call myself.
A few of us fell victim to that over the pandemic.
I was easily noticeable. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Not in a good shape. Even Matt Bingo, he did this to me. Sorry for people that can't see it.
Yeah.
He basically showed me what happened to my belly, because I ended up having a belly, which is very funny.
I ended up with one too out of that thing. Unbelievable.
And basically COVID did a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because it gave me another year just to finish my master's degree and represent Minnesota this year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, did a lot of bad things.
But so you fought through it, and then something clicked at some point.
Yeah, and then I was very disciplined when I came back. I spent 1.5 years making sure my diet is right, lose weight, cut weight, become athletic again, and working with Peter, that made me realize and now I have to trust him in order to have a better season. And that's where it clicked, everything in the outdoor season. After 2 or 3 meets on the outdoor season, everything clicked, and I got the 69 mark in almost every single competition. My freshman year, I have a crazy stat that probably no one ever will have it. I PR'd 5 times in a row in 5 different competitions.
Oh my gosh.
5 different competitions, not in the same competition, 5 different ones. So that's another crazy thing. I started from the home meet that we had in April and all the way to nationals. So it was home meet, Wisconsin, Big Tens, regionals, NCAAs.
And you bettered yourself each week.
I PR'd 5 times in a row, and I ended up from being 9th in the nation, finishing 3rd in the NCAA, and getting my first team All-American, and up on the podium too my freshman year, and winning Big Tens too. I was not the favorite to win Big Tens, but I PR'd that day. I threw farther than everybody else, and I won Big Tens my freshman year. That was something that I wasn't expecting to, walking to the stadium that day.
What kind of confidence then did that run give you for the rest of?
It was the whole year before, coming back to Greece in March and being unhealthy through that period, and not eating well, not taking care of my body, coming back and actually putting more effort than everybody else for 3 or 4 months, that made me realize I have a chance to win, and let's freaking do it. And that's what I did, and I think that's the reason I won that day, my freshman year, because I believed more than everybody else, and that's why I PR'd. I PR'd 4 times in that meet too, 4 consecutive times. But it's not that I PR'd 5 times in a row in 5 different competitions.
That's a heck of a run.
Yeah, that's an insane stat.
That is crazy.
That's the most impressive thing Peter he ever seen.
Yeah. It's amazing.
After Annie.
Yeah.
After Annie.
What will if you're to make the 2028 Olympics in LA for Greece, what will have to happen for you here? From you're going to go hopefully win a national title here next month, but then what's the process like?
I'll be keep training with Peter. I'll be around the cities for the next 3 years. I want to have a very good world championship this year. My first one in 2023, I made it out of nowhere. Like, I was not expecting to make Worlds, and I made it, and I was so happy, and I just enjoyed the moment. I think now I'm experienced enough to know how to compete in that type of levels, and that's what happened last year in Europeans. So the goal is to make a final and get 3 additional throws. So not only make the final, but also making the top 8. That will be my goal. That's something that I'm already thinking and working with Peter and day by day. But I'm just excited for the summer, excited to finish my college career stronger than ever. Getting through the summer, making through the Worlds, perform well, and then rest. And then next year we have Europeans. There's the new World Championship Elite that is coming, which is going to bring a lot of revenue to the sport. That's the next year goal. But it's like every year there's a short-term goal that will lead to the Olympics. So I take year by year different, and every year is different. That's why I don't want to think a lot about Olympics. So I want to think more the present, which is regionals, make it to NCAA finals, be top 6 so we can be on the good flight, stuff like that. I'm going to try and keep it simple, because if I think a lot about the far future, or even for Worlds, which is like 3 months from now, I'm gonna lose it. Like, I'm gonna overthink it. So I'm gonna be stressed for no reason, and I'm not gonna think right. So I'm just keeping it simple. It's a step-by-step process. Regionals first, and after regionals is nationals, and then after nationals, whatever comes. Yeah.
I'll ask you more specifics about that in a second. I do want to mention one more of our sponsors. OnX Map has the OnX Fish app. The weather now warm, and that means it's time to put your ice augers away and grab the boat and get on the water. Let the OnX Fish app help you finding that next best bite. The Fish app offers the most comprehensive fishing tool for increasing your success. Use the Fish app to find new places to fish. You can sort by lake, species, abundance, trophy, and keeper potential. OnX Fish also shows you hot spots, lake-by-lake regulations, private and public land ownership info, and more. Right now, you can download OnX Fish on the App Store and go to onxmaps.com/fish to get more info about the app that is changing the game on water. All right, let's talk specifics. You got regionals next week, right?
Wednesday.
Next week, Wednesday, as we record here Thursday. Texas A&M. You only get 3 throws, is that right, in regionals?
It's literally like a world-class qualification prelims. You get 3 throws to advance for the next round, which then is the nationals. Is the final, but now for us is nationals.
Does that add extra pressure, or you just go in with your normal mindset next week?
The same thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm very experienced with regionals. I've been through regionals 3 times. The only bad thing with regionals is like there's low energy because we're too many of us and everybody's nervous to qualify for nationals. So you can see that through their faces. People are like stressed. Yeah. But I'm like not near to that. I'm always there to enjoy. So I'm not thinking of I have 3 throws to qualify. I'm just there. I have 3 throws to have fun. Yeah. So I'm gonna have 3 throws to have fun, make it to the next round, and have even more fun later.
Yeah. And when you, because I suppose you could look at it a couple of ways. You could just go in and say, I got to get, because if you get even an above average throw by your standard, is going to probably advance you. Yeah. But you got to get something that registers. So would you go in and say, hey, this first one I just got to get in fair territory and put a number up? Or would you say, I'm just going to let it rip? And
I'm not going to let it rip, that's for sure. Because you never know what can happen. So right. I'm just going to go easy through the warm-up throws, keep it simple, keep it around 70 or 80% of my energy, and try to have a first throw like that. And then I'll have 2 throws to just rip it.
Yeah, right.
I'll have 2 throws to throw farther than my 77.81 meter PR this season. Like, that's what I'm going to do.
That'd be great.
If I PR, again, in regionals, will be my second time. My freshman year, which I said I PR 5 times, it was the first time ever through 70 meters, was on a 3 reps competition, like a prelim competition, which was regionals. First time ever throwing for 70 meters.
Wow.
So yeah, you never know what can happen. So
right, and now you've got your buddy Agalos in there as well. You guys are ranked in the top 2. Mm-hmm. So that's you guys can push each other down in Texas as well.
Regionals is a very interesting meet to perform. usually you see seniors perform because they're like the last 3 ever college reps that we'll get. So you see them emotionally being more ready than everybody else. But Aguilas and I, we're in a very good level that even if we throw 7 meters less than our PR, we're going to qualify.
You're in, yeah.
So the goal is to get an easy mark with the first one and then having 2 to have fun and trying to throw a little bit farther.
See what you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's going to be fun. We'll follow that. So that's next week down in Texas, and then off to Oregon again, back to Oregon.
I'm very excited for
to throw there. That's quite a facility. Is the Hammer area cool
beautiful.
too? Yeah.
The whole stadium, the whole facility is beautiful. Just the trip is not fun with the time zone and flying and then driving, and it takes quite a time.
Yeah. Last one for you. We even talked early in this podcast, and I kind of had you give us the elementary version of what the hammer throw even is. Is it Instagram that you're doing now, some educational videos people can watch? Do you want to promote that? Give a chance for people to see?
Kostas_throws. You can find me there. I'm basically sharing all my knowledge for hammer throwing. It's an educational page only. Trenton is very happy to promote that all the time, and I'm so happy that he helps me with that. And he's always sent me collaborations with my track-related stuff, which I don't mind, and I'm happy to share with, because I have a completely different audience over there. It's pure people, they seek to learn more about throwing and specifically about hammer. And there is not a single website out there that share knowledge for free about hammer, and actually in English too. That's another thing. It's in English, so almost every single, wherever you're in the world, if you know English, you can actually learn something out of it. So I'm sharing all my knowledge, my coaching philosophy, my values, my idea of throwing, everything in there. Like, I have people texting me and asking me for help, and I literally help almost everybody. I'm getting a lot of messages every day about that, so I'm so happy that it goes well. And I'm going to keep doing that because I want to change the game, let's say. I want to make the hammer world better, so that's one way to do it. Of course, I want to coach in the future, so that's another good way for me to start learning how do I share my knowledge and properly, or what can help you to make you click and make you change. So that's the reason I do it. I think it's fun. It takes some time for my free time, but I don't mind doing it because I enjoy it. That's the biggest part. So I prefer to do that than play video games sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Making my time.
Give that moniker one more time where they can find it.
Kostas_throws.
Gotcha. And it's Kostas.
Yes, underscore throws.
We'll have to check that out. That sounds kind of fun. It's been fun. You mentioned, so you didn't start learning English until high school?
After high school.
After high school. Because you were so conversational. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
It's really impressive. It really is. No, I mean that. That's
I spent
crazy.
6 months, 6 to 8 months of learning English. I was having like 4 lessons per week and spending 20 hours a week just to learn English, writing, speaking, listening, everything. So I spent 6 to 8 months of that just learning English. I had 2 professors trying to teach me English. I got 2 academic degrees. The SAT, which is one, and then it's like a British degree, which allowed me to study abroad. And then even when I came here, my teammate Carter Hughes, he was with us till 2 years ago, and then he got done with school. He was like my freshman, not roommate, but my freshman friend and teammate. He was always there to take care of me. And he was like so funny because he couldn't understand me speaking English because of my. I'm coming from a very small town, so my accent in Greek is very thick. So trying to speak English, sometimes people think I'm from Russia, which is very funny. So he was like, he was trying to understand and catch a word or something to understand what I'm talking about. So he was like, that's the first month spending with Carter was very funny because he couldn't understand me at all. He was asking me again and again. I was doing the same thing. I couldn't understand because of the Minnesota accent, which apparently they told me I have a Minnesota accent.
Now you do.
Yes. And I'm like, what? I have a Minnesota accent out of where? Like the Big Ten Network the lady, I don't remember her name. At least, yeah, she was like, "You have a Minnesota accent. Did you know that?" I'm like, "What? Since when?" I have a Minnesota accent.
That is saying something right there.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, it was funny.
Well, that's awesome. Well, hey, we appreciate the time. Good luck next week at Texas A&M, and then the next month at Oregon. World Championships coming up, and it'd be fun to see you in the Olympics in 28 in LA as well.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's Kostas Zaltos. It's episode 177. My thanks again to Kostas Zaltos for joining me in this week's Go Gopher Podcast. A lot of good chatter here, and we wish him great luck when he goes to try to win a national championship. Episode 172 is presented by Sunbelt Business Advisors and True North Mergers and Acquisitions. If you're buying or selling a business, visit sunbeltminnesota.com or tnma.com. We're also partnered with Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, a locally member-owned full-service financial invested in you. You can learn more at affinityplus.org/GoGophers. That's affinityplus.org/GoGophers. OnX Fish also sponsors our show, Happy Fishing. Again, I'd invite you to listen to past podcasts, and please right now click that subscribe button to the Go Gopher Podcast. It's free to subscribe and free to listen at any time. And please share the link to the podcast with others so they can subscribe and listen as well. And if you enjoyed our show, please let us know with some positive feedback on your social media channels. We'll talk again next week.